two cats. And today is a beautiful sunset. Today I work only in the morning, and I go to the beach to see the sunset. So beautiful today, like everything in God. Beautiful. Yeah. In gold. Yeah. It's that for today.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Here we have a nice place to see the sunset too. Like a lot of people go there and see, appreciate it. I really like it. And you, Natalia?
Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia. I'm from Minas Gerais, Brazil. I turned 7 years old. I'm living with my parents, my cats. So today, my special moment was to hang out with my sister. Went to a coffee shop and spent some minutes there. It was nice. We had a nice conversation, and now I'm here with this amazing Luluzinha Club.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Ayla, please, your turn.
Hey guys, good evening. I'm Ayla. I'm from Belém. I live here with my family, my little dog, Amelie. And so Belém is very hot these days, so it's terrible. I confess I feel a little stressful when it's so hot because I swear a lot, so all the time. And but unfortunately, it's kind of the season, the weather here, and yeah. I ask God to, for more passion because it's so hard.
Oh.
Yeah, really hot weather is not good.
Yeah.
But you have açaí. You can
It's
enjoy your açaí.
It's the good thing.
And how about tacacá?
When there is hot weather, I don't like to eat tacacá because I don't know, it's so it's so complicated. But there are some people here who like to eat tacacá at 3 p.m. It's, oh my gosh, it's terrible. For me, it's terrible. I don't like it because it's so hot. But it's common here, and most of people so appreciate. I prefer açaí, so I prefer açaí.
It's like a soup, a drink. What is tacacá?
Tacacá, it's a typical food with made tucupi and shrimps and goma. I don't know. It's like jambu. Yeah, it's very important. Jambu, it's the special ingredient. O jambu faz tremer a língua. Yeah.
Oh, I have to try it. Maybe when I go to Belém, I try this new recipe. It sounds good. But I gotta say, I only remember about the Calypso song, Tacacá. Because of Joelma. She's like a reference. One of the reference I'm sure you have there. So when somebody says Tacacá, I remember about her.
Tacacá e a batida do cabelo. Que ela faz.
Okay. Yeah, I think I had a problem with my audio. Can you listen? Okay. I wasn't listening, but you were. So I'm Sarah. today I saw an old video about myself, like 2015, speaking in English, and I felt really happy because I've gotten way better than that time, so I don't know, just something different I can share. But I got kind of happy because I started practicing, and I didn't give up, so for me, it's nice to see the progress and see that even with the problems, with the pronunciation problems, with the lack of words, I could express my idea, and I used the video for something back then. And I don't know, I think that is the goal. We communicate and do something we really want to do with English or whatever the language is. So just something I'd like to share with you tonight.
I saw your video. Very good.
Cute, right? The hair was straight, I didn't
Yes.
use natural hair. I had a baby face. Nowadays I don't have anymore. But that's okay. Time passes and we should be proud of the journey and everything we can do. So for those who are watching, you saw a conversation about inconvenient questions, and we were talking about TAKNTALK. This is how TNT works. We just came here and talk with friends. But indeed, our topic is inconvenient questions, so we're gonna discuss a little bit this topic. Okay. The second question I'm gonna ask Natalia. Can you read this one for us, please?
Can you describe an inconvenient person? Please name at least 3 characteristics. Well, for me, an inconvenient person is someone that maybe asks you some question that is not so polite. For example, age, that kind is maybe some people don't care about this, but I think have this zone of questions that is not good to enter. And I have some friends in my job that I consider inconvenient because in the morning, early morning, they start to talk too loud. And every day is the same subject, politician. I think those people are too inconvenient because I don't think it's a good topic to start in the morning. So I'm not sure if I name at least 3 characteristics. So maybe annoying, don't respect the other one's space. And I have no idea the third one, which one would be. If someone could help me. The next one, please.
Yeah, no problem. What do you think, Wanda? How is an inconvenient person for you?
Yeah, for me, inconvenient person, I agree with Natalia, is a rude person. People then talk so loud. I think it's totally inconvenient. And a complaining person is so terrible when you wave for a person, how are you? And they start to complain. Oh, my life is bad, it's terrible because of my husband, because of my daughter-in-law. I can't I can't support this kind of people.
Do you know someone like this, like a close person? Don't have to say the name, but just give us a hint.
Lives close to me.
Oh, that's not what you want, right? Okay, but you can get some distance for sure.
Of course.
And you, Ayla, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Wanda and Natalia. I think an inconvenient person is a person who sometimes is so rude or someone who complain a lot all the time. I think it's no good. Or someone who talks so loud, or when they don't they only want to talk to, and you can't talk anything. You only I don't know. But when people talk a lot and they don't, oh my gosh, don't let you talk to, I don't know, I think, yeah. And they talk, and you want to say something, and they can't stop it, and so it's terrible for me. For me, it's an inconvenience task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a lot of this in classes. Like the professor speaks something and then the person repeats the same thing in other words to sound smart, like for me they are just trying to show off, like I know this, look at how smart I am. So I really see your point. And you, Nayara?
My mom, but first I need to say that I love my mom, but it's not that. But unfortunately, she is a inconvenient person. My mom has no filter to talking about the things, And for example, she comes to my house and starts talking about my things, and she wants to move everything in my house. And she says that my clothes are ugly, and my table shouldn't be in that corner. You need to put in another place and then move these things. And I don't like it. And she thinks she is always right. It pisses me off so much. And there was a day with my husband. I don't know how I can say this. My husband pintou his hair white, and she said, wow, you look really ugly. And his sister also told him that, oh, you are really ugly with this new hair, and I got very angry, and I answered to my mom and his sister. It's not you who have to think it's beautiful. It's him who has to think it's beautiful, no? And if you see the person wearing something that you think it's ugly, it's you don't need to say nothing, you just close your mouth, because it's not nice to say that, like, maybe you are dressing I don't know, red shirt, and I don't like red shirts, but it's not me that I'm dressing this clothes, it's you. So it's not good say to other people that, oh, you're ugly with this clothes. I don't know if you understand, but if you dress something, it's because you like. So it's not nice say to the other people that, oh, you are ugly because you're dressing you are wearing a dress red or blue just because I don't like this color and these things. And this happened a lot with me and with my husband, because our family, it's not easy to dial.
Yeah, she seems like a really inconvenient person, like with a lot of things you comment, for me, I don't like it too, but sometimes we're like, oh, my mom, I have to be patient and everything, but I
Yeah,
understand.
but I have patience, but it's not, but it's every day, every day she do it something like this. She send me message on WhatsApp or and say to me, oh, I think you should do this today, or I think you should do that today. I think my mom think that I am a kid yet, or you know, she don't remember that I grow up or something like that.
Yeah, it's really hard for them to accept that, you know.
Yes.
I I can relate to that part about, oh, she treats me like a kid sometimes, so not so nice.
Yes.
I think that it could be really inconvenient when you are touching the person like all the time. I really don't like that. I'm here, I'm listening, you don't have to touch me, okay? So when I have a person who really likes to talk like closely to me, for me that is, I need my space, so I don't appreciate it. I try to take like a step back and the person approaches again and I'm like, oh my gosh, she didn't understand the point of me taking my steps, you know, getting some distance. And yeah, and people who just arrive in your place with no warning, you know, they just appear in your house like in lunchtime. You are not prepared to receive anyone. For me, that's so terrible. My mom always taught me, you can do whatever you want. You can not whatever, but you can do a lot of things, but just don't appear in the middle of lunch or in the middle of a meal in the house of someone, because you have the phone, you have messages, you have a lot of ways to let them know you have plans to visit, you know. So if you just go and appear, for me, it's really impolite and inconvenient when you have this behavior.
Yeah, surprising is all the time, and most of the time, surprising is not polite.
Yeah, maybe if you take some food, it could work. Like you wanna go there and be wherever received, you wanna eat, so you bring the food, take the food, and you know, it's better because at least you are not making them pay for your unexpected visit. You know, maybe that could be a solution if you wanna do something different, surprise the person, and so on. So, number 3. Ayla, can you start with number 3?
Sure. What type of questions you don't like to answer? I think for me the worst is when people say, so, oh, you look better. You're pregnant? Oh my gosh, it's terrible. Or if you're not married, do you plan to marry? When? Oh, and if you are married and you when will you have children? Can't you get pregnant? Something like that. It's terrible. It's so. I think I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it's so invasive questions. You know. Especially because sometimes you don't know if I don't know the couple is dealing with the problems to pregnant, for example. So I think it's no good. You need to pay attention about it. You can hurt someone about these questions, or when you just meet a couple or partner for the first time, and you ask if they are each other's mother, father, daughter, son, because they are different age. It's no good. Yeah, it's no good. So I think this example for me, it's the worst.
avoiding being inconvenient can also save you a lot of embarrassment, not only for the person, but for yourself. Because if you ask, are you pregnant? And the woman is not, it's also really uncomfortable for you. So just keep the silence, That is my advice. And you, Wanda?
I follow Ayla. I totally agree. And I add, I don't like people answer me about politics, because it's so in this moment of our life in Brazil, we are so divided in politics, and I don't like this kind of subject, and I don't like to answer who I voted or something like that. I don't like this subject.
You are clever. It can cause a lot of war, a lot of fights.
Yeah.
Can you choose someone?
Yeah, Natalia, go ahead.
So I totally agree with the girls, and I will add the opposite question in my case, because I lost weight this year because I need to do some change in my diet. And almost every single day, someone arrived with me, oh, you look so thin. Why did you lose weight? Did you want? Are you sick? And in the beginning, I tried to explain, but in the end, I was just saying to the people bad words. And nowadays, maybe I have 10 people in my work that don't talk to me anymore. But for me, this was really hurtful. It's much more than inconvenient, because it was something that really, I don't know, I didn't like this because it wasn't something that I was looking when I decided to change my diet. It was because I need, because some issues, health issues. And for me, this is the worst, because people, I think, have like a policy to not say this when people become more fat, but people think they can say this when the people lost weight, And for me, this one is the hardest one to deal with. But I agree, other ones too. Are you pregnant? When you have kids? When you get married? And all of these ones. And you, Nayara?
I don't like to talk about politics, like Wanda said. I don't like to talk about politics and religion. I think people don't want to hear you. People don't want to hear your opinion. They just want to say they are right about the things. So I don't like to talk about these things. And I don't like to be asking, like you said, why I don't want to have a child. If I say I don't want to have a child, it's because I don't need a reason not to want something, And I go, when I go to the doctor or something like that, and he always asked me that, oh, why don't you want to have a child? I just don't want to, it's not have a reason for this. So yeah, I don't like, sometimes I don't know how I can say this, but I feel really angry about these things, like, and I lost many friends because that, So yes, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a old thought, because the old people always think that we have to, because you're a woman, you have to have children. It's like a obligation or something like that, And yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Especially if all your friends have kids, right? Like the close people.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like an obligation.
It shouldn't be, right? Because you are not going to be a good parent.
Yeah.
If you do it just because someone says you should be a parent or you must be a parent, you are not going to be a good one because it wasn't something you wanted at first. You know, I think you should really make the reflection on this subject.
Yeah.
And okay, number 4. Let's move on to question number 4. I'm going to ask Wanda, can you start with this
Yeah.
question?
In which situation people are usually inconvenient? I think in a party, if you want to focus in themselves and speak in loud, speak loud, and inconvenient too when we stay in a line and a person start to shout, or in driving car they pass in the red light. Many rudeness situations, all the rudeness situations, I think is inconvenient. If we live in a society, my space, it's impossible my space replace your space. All the people need to stay together and with a polite behavior. And you, Nayara?
I just can't remember that when a woman goes for a job interview, they ask her if she has a children, but usually not for men. You know, the interview for a woman, it's always like that. It's because if you are a woman, maybe you need to I don't know how I can say faltar in your job because you have children, but for men it's different. So I think it's inconvenient question, because why people ask this kind of thing for a woman but don't ask for men. And yeah, I just can remember this situation.
A great example. It's like men are not expected to take care of their children, you know.
Yeah.
It's normalized. Oh, you have a kid, your wife, the mother, is gonna look after the kid, and your career, it doesn't change anything, you know, for a man. I think it is something kind of established that, okay, for women, they have a different life, but for men, they can come here and keep working because they have a support from the woman. Not support, the woman usually does the most part, you know. So
Yeah, interesting point.
I think it's really hard to be a woman and try to find a job for you, especially having kids, you know. And you, Ayla?
So, for me, I don't remember now a specific situation, but when I think when people just meet someone and they started asking about personal questions. I think it ended someone keeps silent and the other keep on asking. So I think it's so inconvenient because I don't know, sometimes it's no good for, especially for someone who is shy person to talk to about personal questions who you just meet. So I think it's no good. I think it's impolite behavior. So, yeah.
Nachi, what do you think? What
Yes,
situations?
examples that the girls give, okay? I would say I think on social media, people are really sometimes inconvenient, especially in some like celebrities. I don't know how to say publish. When they publish something, a lot of people start to say bad things and saying that it's just my opinion. I think it's a place where
Magic words.
magical words. And also when it comes about health issues, health problems, some people try to give a solution to that people. Oh, why you're doing this? It's just go to you need to pray, you need to do exercise, and you don't know what the person is passing through. And yes, and I totally agree with the other examples. Nice. I like it, what Nayara told about the job interview. I think being a woman, that scenario is pretty hard, and maybe you need to answer some inconvenient questions. And yes, what about you, Sarah?
And not only when you have kids, even when you don't have them yet, but they are like, oh, do you plan to have kids? So the imaginary kids can get in the way of your job, it's crazy for me. When people are pregnant, women are pregnant, I believe that people believe they are like public because they want to touch the belly, they want to, I don't know, it's so weird. I don't touch the belly of a person I've never seen in my entire life just because she's pregnant. But some people are like that, and everybody has an opinion, even though they are not parents, or I think the parents can be worse because they have experience, but they try to apply that experience to a different reality. So they should think like, in my opinion, like they should have empathy, because probably when they were about to have their kids, a lot of people were saying the same things, and instead of changing this cycle, they do the same with the next person they find, so it doesn't make any sense to me. And it's hard enough to be pregnant, Did you receive a lot of comments, Wanda, when you were pregnant?
I never understand that. Why touch my belly? Why this? I think it's totally strange, inconvenient. I think, oh my gosh, the inconvenient cat.
No, they are free. And you, Ayla?
He understands
Yeah.
English now.
Oh, I'm sure. My dog too. He's always here, so probably.
Me too. I remember I didn't like this because I can't understand people who don't say didn't know me, and she taught my belly. And she started to say a lot of things. You should do this, you should do that. And because and she asked me, it's a boy, and I say no, it's a girl, because I did exam. No, your belly.
New doctor.
A sua barriga é comprida, então não é. Tá errado. It's wrong. It's a boy.
So how's your boy now, Ayla?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That was so weird.
And there is the classic comment, oh, I did this with my son and he didn't die, I'm not trying to kill anybody, so I don't see why that is a good advice. It's so weird. Parents have to face a lot of things, Oh, our time is ending. I'm gonna ask, do you want to share? Do you want to choose? Sorry, the next question, the last one. Which question would you like to answer?
Ah, 10.
It's a good one. Natalia has mentioned something about that.
I think, like Natalia said, people in social media try to be impolite and think, oh, it's okay to be impolite because it's their opinion. And I think it's so weird. Yeah, so impolite and so rude. Yeah. How about you, Ayla?
Okay, number 10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think I don't know if it's social media, because the social media. I don't know. I think maybe people feel more comfortable to show their opinions a lot about everything and about everyone's lives. So especially it's complicated because in the moment of the I don't know, politics, I don't know, and you were so hard. And I think there was sometimes I've heard some fight, no physical fight, but people argue a lot by apps, message apps, and because the opinions that come from the social media, and so it was so complicated because people believe a lot about the ideas and opinions that they don't know even if it's I don't know, it's true, and I think it's complicated, but I don't know if the social media it was the reason. I think that people feel more comfortable because they see others do the same, and they follow this opinion. So I think some can be this kind of situation about social media.
There is something comfortable in a group, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See people thinking similar to you, you feel like, okay, now I can say this, even when this is the worst thing to say, unfortunately. And I'm sorry, Ayla, because we have the the time ending, okay? But I'm gonna ask Natalia to answer now.
Yes, I agree. I think the anonymity, I don't know how to say this word, and the fact that the distance, people feel safe to say the things there. I bet that if the person is face to face to the same person, probably they wouldn't say this. And I don't know why on the internet they feel more courageous, more brave to do this. As Ayla said, maybe they feel motivated when they saw other comments doing the same thing. And this is pretty common to see. And I don't know why. I don't know an explanation to why, but it's possible to notice that. And people feel more, well, I don't know what else to say. So give the opportunity to Nayara to answer too, because I think.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
I think people have this important because they can have a physical fight. For me, it's just because that, because you can't see the other people, and it's comfortable to me say bad things about you, and it's that, yeah, I think it's because we can have a physical fight. Because if I say to you, oh, you are very ugly, and I don't like your eyes, I don't like your clothes, maybe if I say these things in like face to face, maybe I will give, I don't know how I can say this, tapa na cara or something like that. And yeah, these things happen. So I think people do these things because, I don't know, I think it's for that, but also maybe not. I would like to talk about the question number 4, because the question is the question number 5 about the inconvenient question. It's because when I was 18, meu Deus do céu, tô horrível hoje. When I was 18 years old, I was very, very shy, and I was with a group of my boyfriends, and I don't know if you understand what I say. And I was quiet because I was very shy. Then a boy spoke very loudly. Is your girlfriend mute? She doesn't say anything. It's like, because I was very shy, and this boy said this to me, and I run home and crying because they say this to me. It's not good listen this kind of things, but it's because that I think that people that say bad things in social media say bad things in real life too. It's not a good person, I think is that, because I never say something in social media that I don't like to hear in my real life. If I always think, if this person is front of me, I don't will say this to this person, so I don't will say in social media too. So I think is that.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. You just blew my mind, because maybe social media can be just an excuse for you to say something that it was with you the whole time, It's not
Yes.
because you feel empowered. It's just because it is the perfect moment for you to say whatever you want. But very good point. I think there is no separation anymore between social media and real life. We talk like this, but in general, we can notice that social media has a huge impact in our lives, so maybe this whole separation is only in our minds. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm calling the others back because it's about to give the hour we finish. Okay, it's close to 8 o'clock. Do you want to say anything about the subject?
Yeah, really interesting subject. I liked so much to talk about. Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Girls Club was kind of good, right? Okay, so the others should be back any moment now. Let me take the link to survey. Okay, they are here. Oh, boys, guys, everyone. How was the conversation about the inconvenient questions?
We just talk about sensitive information because all of us Arman, so you talk about confidential things that you can talk now with you.
We were sharing some secrets here, and we cannot talk. We cannot share with you as well. So we are even, you know.
Okay, no problem. But you are online and you are not offline.
Yeah, that's true. There is no secret here on the internet. But jokes aside, let me check. Wesley, we were talking about the last question, okay? Number 10. Do you think social media has empowered people to be inconvenient?
Let me see. When the people are using the social media, they are just interacting with the social media itself, the platform, right? Is just images and texts. So the people will not feel the feeling that are speaking with someone. When you are just speaking with someone, you become more polite, right? You become more, I don't know, you just become more human because you are interacting with another human. But when the people are interacting with some platform or a text or something, the social media itself, right? I think that people could be become more inconvenient, and it will be more. It will be increased if the subject is something that is some topic that is I don't know, like politics, right? Because there is some kind of some kind of I don't know, aware of ideology war, right? Because the people are just trying to defend the ideology, but the future of the country are just with the people divided, right? So I think you have to be more, we have to unite and solve the problems together. But I agree with that question. I think it could happen, but I don't think it will ever happen, right? But that's it.
Yeah, I liked how you said that we feel different. If I'm calling someone, that is not the same. If I'm talking like texting or seeing in person, I act different because it is not the same thing to type or to hear the voice of the person. So really interesting your example.
And there is the jokes that the people cannot hear your voice, your tone of your voice, and the jokes cannot be understood, right?
Good point. That's why I use a lot of emojis, because I want to make sure I share the message the way I wanted and not like gonna be misunderstood, you know. I use a lot of emojis on WhatsApp. Sometimes I try to avoid, it's hard. Oh, guys, thank you so much for your time here with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, here's the survey. Please remember to answer and share some ideas, opinions. We're gonna see each other in the next week, hopefully. Thank you so much and take care. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good
Thank
one.